As per syllabus, we shall confine our study to the working of a capitalist system of economy and how it solves its basic problems of what, how, and for whom to produce. We have already studied in the preceding chapter that it is a price mechanism which solves the central problems in the free market economy. So here we can see price mechanism. Price mechanism is a system of exchange in which market forces of demand and supply interact freely to determine the price of the product. So who demands a good and who supply it? So all those things we need to learn from this new chapter. When we think about this chapter, first we should know who is a consumer, who demands a good. A consumer who take decision about what to buy for satisfaction of wants both as an individual and as a member of household is called a consumer. In microeconomics, the one who takes decision about buying goods and services for satisfaction of wants is a consumer. If, for example, if you need a pen to satisfy your need, what is your need for writing? And when you buy a pen from the shop according to your needs, to satisfy your needs, you are a consumer. And a consumer who seeks to maximize utility or satisfaction in spending his income. You are spending 10 rupee. When you are spending 10 rupee, you try to maximize your needs, your utility. Sometimes you are choosing 5 rupees one pen and 5 rupees chocolate. So that 10 rupees can satisfy your needs for a pen and a chocolate. So the person who seeks to maximize their utility in spending his income, who is known as a rational consumer. Then we need to think about the behavior of the consumer. When we think about the consumer's behavior, we can see two aspects. Which are the two aspects? One is consumer's equilibrium. Equilibrium means a state of rest. We feel that this is enough. The consumption is enough. No need to consume more a particular commodity. That state, we can call it as consumer's equilibrium. Another one is demand. The quantity we are buying from the market. A commodity we are buying 5 kilo apple. That is our demand. Then when we move to the meaning of equilibrium, we can see that equilibrium is a state of rest. It is a state when actions of an entity come to rest, when given objectives of that entity is achieved. You feel too much hungry and you are getting one vade. And the satisfaction from that vade is it's too much, but you need two more. You ate three. Again you ate four. When you after ate two, four number, you feel that yeah, enough. This is enough. And that point is known as equilibrium. And I told you an equilibrium is a state of balance due to equal action of opposite forces. For example, price determination process. It is determined at that level at which consumers are willing to demand the same quantity of a good which producers are willing to supply. Then the consumers and producers have opposite interests, and so these are opposite forces as far as price determination in a market is concerned. The price is determined when these two opposite forces have equal action, that is same quantity of demand and supply. So the price determined is called the equilibrium price. Then we can move to the concept utility. What do you mean by utility? We know that utility is a satisfaction, actual or expected, derived from the consumption of a good. When you are consume a pen and that pen can satisfy your needs, you can write with that pen. When you are spending 10 rupees, you will get a nice pen, and that pen you can utilize for satisfying your needs, that is for writing something. That is what is called utility. So utility is the power or a capacity of a commodity to satisfy human wants. And this utility is subjective. What do you mean by subjective? We cannot measure it in quantity. Can you say that? How much utility or how much satisfaction you got after writing something with a new pen? You cannot measure it in quantity, 1 kilo or 1 gram or 1 milligram. No, we cannot measure it in quantity. That is why we are saying that utility is subjective. Yet for convenience sake, it measured in units of pleasure or utility called utils. Yeah, we need to measure something. We need to show in the form of data. At that time, instead of utility or for measuring of utility, we are taking the units, that is utils. Next concept, marginal utility. Marginal utility means addition to the total utility from the consumption of one more unit of a good. I will tell with the help of, or I will explain with the help of TUN minus. Then we can see the relationship between MU and TU. Come back to this table once again. Here we can see that first column, consumption of orange. When we consume more and more of orange, what about the total utility? Total utility also increasing. When the consumption increase, total utility also increasing. But see the increasing rate. See 10 to 18, difference 8. 18 to 23, difference 5. 23 to 25, difference 2. That means when we consume 1 to 2, our marginal utility was 8. 2 to 3, marginal utility 5. Total utility increasing, but increasing rate is decreasing. See, marginal utility decreased 10 to 8, 8 to 5, 5 to 2. Then what happened in the fifth and sixth unit? Fifth unit, total utility 26. Marginal utility only 1. Sixth unit, same utility only. And marginal utility is 0. I will tell you one example. You feel too much hungry and you are having banana. Your parent is saying that you have and 2 3 banana. All of a sudden you had 2 3 bananas. You ate 2 3 bananas and now you are okay. Your stomach's filled. Again, mama is saying that you have it, Moni, or you have it, and fifth banana you can't have it. Okay, your satisfaction that from that banana start to falls. And okay, mama is telling again and again, you ate that fifth banana, on sixth banana you start to omit. Okay, there is no utility, and instead of increasing utility, it start to decline. So that we can see in the fifth, sixth and seventh oranges. When we consume the sixth orange, our total utility is same as fifth orange. Then what will happen to the seventh orange? The total utility start to decline, decrease. That means the omitting that stage, and marginal utility become negative. So that is the relationship between mu and tu. When we consume more and more, total utility in the beginning will increase at increasing rate 8, 5, 18, 23, 25 increasing rate. Then it start to decrease 8, 5, 2. Then it become constant 26, 26. Total utility become constant. Then it start to decline. What about the marginal utility? When total utility increase, marginal utility decrease only. When total utility become same or stagnant 26 unit, the marginal utility become 0. What will happen to total utility become fall? That time marginal utility become negative. Then when we move to the meaning of equilibrium, we can see that equilibrium is a state of rest. It is a state when actions of an entity come to rest, when given objectives of that entity is achieved. You feel too much hungry and you are getting one vade. And the satisfaction from that vade is it's too much, but you need two more. You ate three. Again you ate four. When you after ate two, it can explain with the help of the diagram the relationship between total utility, marginal utility and average utility. Here we can see that average means that total utility divided by the number of units we consumed, average utility. So here we can see that the diagram shows that the total utility increasing then start to falls. Came same constant then it start to fall. So when total utility increase, average and marginal utility decreasing. When total utility is constant or same, average utility again falling only, but marginal utility become 0. Then the third stage, when total utility falls, average utility also falls, but positive, marginal utility become negative. That is the relation between total utility, marginal utility and average utility. Then come back to the consumer's equilibrium. Consumer's equilibrium means a situation under which he spends his given income on purchase of a commodity in such a way that gives him maximum utility and he feels no urge to change. A consumer spends on many goods and services. He is said to be in equilibrium when the sum of the utilities obtained from the consumption of all goods and services expressed in monetary units less the amount paid for obtaining this is maximum, which means the allocation of income is done in such a way that he gets maximum gains of satisfaction. So, consumer's equilibrium means the allocation of income by a consumer on goods and services he buys, which gives him maximum gain of satisfaction.